Yeah, no, it's a great role. I mean, it's one of the best roles, and when I first got it, I didn't realise that, because I hadn't seen Doctor Who for years. I'd been working in the theatre and didn't see much television, and I'd lost touch with it. And then suddenly I was given the script and then started to realise how much depth and variety and various things you could do with it, and that made it so exciting to do, really. And so when it finished for me, I remember hearing from Peter that he'd been told by Patrick that you should only do it for 3 years. I remember you telling me this, and in my head I thought 3 years. And then when the second year, John Nathan Turner came to me and said, "We want to do a 4th season with you." And I said, "Oh well, and he said, well, if you don't do a 4th season, we won't do a 3rd." And so I went, ugh, what a responsibility. So then I said, okay, and then they twisted my arm, and at the time, I was only doing 15 episodes a year, so I was having, as an actor, a great time. I had this job on television, I could go off and do theatre, quite long periods to do other work. But the 4th year was going to be 26 episodes, the whole year taken up. And slowly I got my head around it. I was looking forward to carrying on and thought, oh, I like this. This would be a really interesting adventure to see how I can deal with all of this. And then they came along and changed their minds and cut it. So that was very sad and tragic for my banker.
You guys have both been fortunate enough in the role of the Doctor to work with the marvelous Nicholas Courtney. And I was just wondering if you could talk about that experience.
Well, I remember watching him on telly as the Brigadier, so it was great to actually get to do a story with him. And he was just great fun, Nick, wasn't he? He was just laid back and very relaxed about everything. Very charming and
full of bonhomie.
Yes, very nice man.
Bonhomie and vodka. No, he was great. He loved life. I remember when I watched him, those early days of Doctor Who, and he brought such a warmth and humanity to the kind of role, which could have been, two-dimensional and, authoritarian, but there was something, he could never cover up his own real warmth, and that's what he was like as a human being, really. He was very warm and affable and a lovely man. And so when I was told that he was going to come into one of the episodes of the stories that I was doing, I was so delighted. And it was just a joy, great fun, lovely stories. Nice man.
Did each of you play jokes on your companions on the set? I mean, I know there's a lot of joking around in the show, but can you each sort of tell us a practical joke you played on any of your co-stars?
I didn't really play practical jokes, no.
No, I didn't do anything to Matthew.
We did lots of things to Matthew. Yeah, but I don't think any of them would come under the heading of practical jokes. Okay. We just it was just immense fun. I mean, sometimes we had too much fun, probably. They had to sort of calm us down a bit and get us back down to work, because the schedules actually were fairly punishing. And I don't know about when you made it, but when we made it, they either VT, video tape people, or the lighting department would switch off the lights or turn things off at 10 o'clock. And if you hadn't finished by 10 o'clock, then you lost the end of the episode, or you lost certain scenes unless you were able to remount. So there was always a terrible panic to get things done, because we were, as Sylvester said, we were underfunded. So there was a lot of sort of mucking around, a lot of silliness, but in the end we had to get down and just do the work.
Well, we've got 2 doctors here and a lot of people, so I'm sure people want to ask questions. So we have Alan.
But now it is perhaps the BBC's most prestigious show. It's their kind of leading programme, Doctor Who. And it would be nice to do it knowing that, and I think that might make a difference to the way one approaches it. I can't exactly say how, but it's just, I'd love to play it again. I mean, it is, not to say completely impossible, very unlikely. But I would love to have another go at it.
Same here. Yeah, I agree. I'd play it taller, more handsome.
Yeah, I get to put my arm around the girls a bit more. Rather than Matthew. Yes.
So, gentlemen, this is another unlikely scenario, but assuming such a thing were possible, which Doctor Who monster or alien would you most like to take down to the pub for a pint? You can assume they don't try to kill you, right?
Well, I quite like to take the Rani down. Kate O'Mara, I quite enjoy a pint or three with her.
That wouldn't be bad, would it?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I've got no idea about that. I think I'd take my old pterodactyls back down to the pub because they'd be so slow actually, they'd never get to the pub, would they? Maybe that's not a very good idea.
No, they'd be slow to get there round, wouldn't they?
It would be, yes. They'd spill the drinks with their arms. I've no idea. Yeah. The master.
No, I wouldn't take him to the pub because he would definitely not buy his rounds.
I'm not good at this question, am I?
I really love the Five Doctors for a lot of reasons, but in that show, we got to see the Doctor's opinion of his other selves. And I was wondering what you think, you each think your Doctor would be of the other's incarnation.
What?
You faded into
You faded, just speak up.
I was wondering what you each think your Doctor would think of the other's incarnation.
Oh.
My God, incarnation.
Dangerous place to go.
Very dangerous place to go.
People sue, you know.
People record things and put them up on YouTube. Other people see them.
People watch them and
Not a
people
good idea.
don't. And they don't have a sense of humor. It was only a joke, Tom.
Go to your room. Hello.
A lot of us have heard Sylvester McCoy playing the spoons, but I was wondering if Peter Davison plays an instrument, and if so, have you guys ever done a duet?
Well, that's interesting. Have you got any spoons?
Me? Spoons? Would I ever carry spoons around?
Has anybody got anything for me?
I mean, I
Look, mine's bigger than yours.
Well, you're the doctor, you can do anything. Well, actually, we can't go wandering, so we'll just have
Has this got an amplifier? Is this good?
Oh, wow.
Sorry, as you can see, I don't play the guitar.
You're willing to have a go. You give me a G or something.
A G. What's your turn?